Hi, I'm Tiffany Oshinsky, and this is Serving Pancakes with League One Volleyball. Over the next few episodes, we're going to follow Team USA's quest for gold at the Paris Olympics while also talking with talented people in and around volleyball and women's sports. The U.S. women's national team will come home with the silver medal, and who better to talk about this remarkable feat with than former Olympian Kim Hill and LOVB Houston middle blocker Amber Igiede. Kim is a former outside hitter for Team USA and two-time Olympic medalist, winning bronze in Rio and gold in Tokyo. Kim's career also extends from the hardwood to the sand. While at Pepperdine, she became the first college volleyball player to earn AVCA All-American First Team honors in both indoor and beach. Get it, Kim? and Amber, and Amber played at the University of Hawaii and was instrumental in propelling the Wahinis into perennial Big West champions. In 2022, she was selected for the U.S. Women's Indoor Volleyball National Collegiate Team and has been training with the U.S. national team since 2023. Amber played professionally overseas and will be coming back to the States to play in Houston for League One. Kim, Amber, welcome to Serving Pancakes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so excited to have you too. Now, have you guys met in person before?
Well, I don't know if it's like officially meet, but we know each other. I coached at Long Beach State for a season. I was an assistant, and we played against Hawaii. So I've scouted Amber and watched her dominate us and all that stuff. And also, I should say, even before we played you, I had heard excellent things. Not about, about you as a player, but also about you as a person. So I just want to say that I've liked you from the start.
Oh, wait, that means so much, guys, because literally, like, obviously, me being like young, like, I'm not even just saying this, always like looked up to Kim, even though she's not my position, like an outside, but still, like, you're still awesome, an amazing player and person, like you said. And when you were coaching against us, like, I was just looking at you across the net, like, oh my gosh, I literally used to watch you. So that's awesome. So I'm glad that we're doing this together.
Same, me too.
That's amazing. I love this. We're bringing everybody together, right? Volleyball brings people together.
It does.
Well, let's dive right into the Olympics. Team USA lost to a dominant Italy in 3 straight sets, 25-18, 25-20, 25-17. But stepping back for a second, the US wasn't even expected to medal in these games, and they're coming home from Paris with the silver medal. Talk about the good that you saw during these summer games.
I think expectations were not that they were low, but they were different than maybe past Olympics. And the team, I think, was still growing and still figuring out things. And so, I think just looking at their expressions after every match that they won and like the pure joy and like, oh my gosh, like this is happening versus in past Olympics, there's almost a sense of relief when you win because you're expected to win gold, and it's like okay, next step. Versus this Olympics was like every game they were like, oh my gosh, we're doing it kind of thing. And I think that's special. A silver medal is like so freaking nuts. And you can see on the girls' face, they're so proud of it, which they should be. And also when you lose to a team like that Italian team, they were dominant. So you have to be totally proud of everything they did, and not just what they did, but like who they are as people and how they did it, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree with Kim. I think as athletes, we love that feeling of almost building. And I think the US almost like peaked at the right time because like after each game, it was like a sense of joy, just like you said that. I love that. And instead of just like, like relief, like, oh God, thank God we won, but like just like joy, like the things that they were practicing and working towards are actually coming together. So I think it was a beautiful thing to see. And silver is like amazing. Like it's obviously like one step behind gold, but it's as close as you can get, So I think they should be proud, and yeah, I think the coaching staff should be proud as well. So that's awesome.
For sure. Now, Kim, you got to play in Tokyo and win gold with a bunch of the players on this current Olympic roster, but things were a little different then because they were 0 fans. And you also played for bronze in Rio, so you experienced that crowd. So how much of a difference is it, do you think, to go from playing for gold in front of no one to all of a sudden being in this gold medal match to everyone, in front of everyone?
It's very different. I will say COVID volleyball was weird. Tokyo volleyball was weird. It was dead quiet. Amber's played she played at Hawaii, so she's played in front of thousands and thousands of fans all the time. You feed off that as an athlete. You feed off it, winning or losing or whatever. Even just every second of the game feels very different. So I mean, as much of a bummer as it is to lose in a gold medal match, like I bet their experience was incredible the whole time. Especially playing in front of your family and friends. Professionally, we don't get to do that as athletes, as volleyball players. We're playing overseas all year. Maybe your parents come and visit, 1 week out of the year, but like to play in front of your sisters and brothers and husbands and boyfriends and everyone, it's magical. It's so special. I remember in Rio, like seeing my family up there and crying after every match, almost tearing up, being like, this is so wild. My whole family's right there, So it's a big difference, and it heightens emotions, of course, in a different way, but it just adds so much to the experience. So I'm so glad, especially the girls that played in Tokyo. I'm glad that they got to experience it this way for sure.
Yeah. And Kim, you played in Italy overseas. Amber, you just played overseas in Italy. And, watching this match, there were so many Italian fans at this match, right? Which also helps when the host country is literally right next door. So, Amber, from your experience just being in Italy, how big is volleyball over there?
Yeah, volleyball is huge. I would say it's like one of the top, like if not one of the top leagues in the country, and so or in the world. And so I feel like when, like Kim said, comparing to Hawaii, I've never played in front of a crowd as close as it was like in Hawaii, and Italy like sort of really matched that. And I played for Roma, and their whole like stadium is pretty condensed, and when they have all the fans, like you can like feel the rumble, and it just like electrifies everyone. And like Kim says, it can heighten emotions, and it's almost like the perspective, like the way you look at it. Like a lot of people might kind of sort of like shrink to that and things like that, but if you let it feed off your energy in the best way, then I think it can really help you. So I loved playing in Italy. It was one of my favorite places to play because of how awesome the crowd is and how passionate they are. So
How much do you both of you love playing in front of that large crowd? Even if the fans aren't really for you, but just how exciting is it to play in front of that many people?
It's the best. Even if they're cheering against you, it's the best. It's so fun. If they're cheering for you, it's way better, but like it's so fun. Either way, even when they're cheering against you, there's this sort of like, oh yeah, you're gonna cheer for them and try to, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of something, I don't know, extra that motivates you. I think it's just so fun.
yeah, I think it's one of those things that never gets old. Like it happens at every level you play, like club, college, professional. Like there's always a crowd that's like against you that is, I don't know, for me personally, just like Kim says, like it's almost like really fun. Like it almost like can motivate you in a sort of way, and I think that makes sports fun in general when you have like competition in the crowd almost. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it feeds you get like fed that energy to just dominate knowing that people are against you. Now,
Mhm.
Karch has been amazing this entire Olympics with his game plans and rotations. We really saw that, especially in the match against Serbia during full play. But, Italy just seemed like a whole other beast. So, seeing how they played throughout this tournament, is there a rotation or a lineup that you wish you could have seen the US try to use in this match against Italy to attempt to stop them?
Ooh, interesting question.
Mhm.
It seems like they tried a lot of different, they were throwing in a lot of different people, and I, w- I would love to see all the girls get a chance, because when you're on the bench and you're losing, you're like, put me in, like I'm gonna do it, you know what I mean, kind of thing. All I will say is that I don't think I think anyone they would have put in couldn't have matched up against Italy today. Italy was so incredible. They were dominant, and there's a point, I think sometimes when when you're playing, you're like, everything they touch is going down, and they're swinging freely and big, and once that's a hard beast to stop once it gets rolling. So I don't know. I think Karch and the coaching staff did an amazing job this whole Olympics, really.
Yeah, I totally agree with Kim with that. Like I feel like with any, team, you can play like the what if game, but I feel like when your competition starts rolling, then it's hard for any position to, like match up against them. But yeah, I feel like the US team like worked really hard, and we honestly saw like earlier in the tournament too that he tried different lineups as well. So I feel like everyone got a chance to prove themselves, and towards the last game, we definitely saw, how dominant Italy was. But it's a hard environment to play in. I feel like, especially when Italy's kind of rolling, and there was ton of Italian fans in the crowd. But I agree with Kim. Like the what if game it's hard when it comes to those moments, you know. So you know.
And Kim, you played against Paola Eganu and setter Alessia Oro, among other players on the team who, this is like their third Olympics. But what is it like trying to block that offensive attack?
It is not fun. It's what's interesting about the Italian team right now is they've always like had Paola and she's amazing, and you're kind of like honing on Paola. But now they have weapons in their middles are nuts right now. They're both Serafar and Andanese are like dumb good. Their outsides are both amazing, and Alessia Oro is playing incredible too. I mean, like I've been playing against those girls for years, and they were always good. And I just messaged an Italian teammate, Miriam Silla, just a little bit ago, and I was like, you guys have been like this volcano this past like probably 6 or 7 years of like building. Like we all know there's something there, but they haven't really quite. And then suddenly it just like exploded, and you're like, this is unstoppable. It's really incredible. All the weapons they have, it's frustrating to play against. Yeah, really.
One of the announcers was saying that, a few years ago, if you said that the women's Italian team were going to win the gold medal before the men's, that they would have laughed in your face. And I think we just saw how amazing they are. Now, when both of you are watching these games, are you kind of like, I wish I was out there so I could attempt to, block Paola, or I could be part of that game? Or are you kind of watching this as a fan now? And Amber, let's start with you, because this is you're on the trajectory, right? You're on the up and up. Kim decided to retire, even though we want to see her keep playing.
Exactly. Kim's played with like a lot of like the Italian teams too, so I'm interested to hear your take as well. But yeah, me just starting off, when I played in Italy, I actually played against Sarah Farr, and she's an awesome middle to play up against. I think just giving like her flowers too, like both of the middles in Italy did a great job during the last game. And obviously I love Chiaka, I love Haley, like they did amazing too. So I love watching like two strong middles go up against each other. But yeah, I think the only player I played against for Italy was Farr, I believe, was Sarah. So I think that's for me. But for me, it's not even more so like, oh, put me in. It's more so like, geez, like how great is it that they're playing like two strong teams playing against each other, and they're all like stepping up, high level play, and just watching Paula and Annie Drews and JT go up against each other. I just love like matchups. So I think it's more so of in my admiration, sort of looking at it from a point of view. So yeah.
How about you, Kim?
Yeah, all I will say is I played with Paula for a couple years. I played against her for a couple years. It is a whole different thing. I'm 6'4", maybe 6'5" in shoes, and like it's a whole different thing, me blocking and looking up at her hitting. It's like such a wild thing where I'm watching them try to block her, and like especially now, like I played 4 years ago and she was very good and still developing, and now you're just like, you don't know where she's gonna go, and before maybe you could try to read her some, but I'm watching these blockers today, and they're moving a bit trying to figure out where she's gonna go, and then she hits the opposite, and I'm like, I'm not envious of that right now, because that's so frustrating to play against because she's so good. But besides that, I'm only envious of the feeling of playing in front of a big crowd like that in a gold medal match, because there's nothing like it in the world for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have 2016 bronze medalist and your former teammate, Kim, Courtney Thompson, who has been on the ground in Paris, and she has a little insight for us on the game.
What's up, guys? Courtney Thompson here on Serving Pancakes with League One Volleyball, reporting in live from Paris after a very tough defeat to Italy in the finals. Man, Italy was unbelievable tonight, and it just seemed like they could do no wrong. And really from the get-go, they came in, their pins played amazing, their middles are incredible, their setter and libero are two of the best to ever do it, and they all just kind of balled out. Tough go for the USA, like we couldn't ever kind of find our rhythm and lock into anything. But man, I think if you would have told most of these guys that this team that they would win a silver medal, 3 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, they've just been in it. And so for them, it was an incredible tournament. really, to win a medal in the Olympics is so hard, and to make a finals in the Olympics is amazing. So we're super happy for these guys. I think the athletes are really proud of what they've done, as they should be, and we all are. So incredible few weeks of a tournament. It's pretty special when you get to tap into your best on the world stage, and the U.S. For sure did that. And Italy did a little better today, but they're an incredible team and well-deserved gold for them. So signing off from Paris. Thanks for being in it with us. Go USA.
It was a well-deserved gold for Italy, and although we all hoped the U.S. would win the gold medal, they did get silver, as we said, and that's absolutely amazing. And especially since, as we said earlier, you know, they weren't expected to medal at all. And if you look back over the last 4 Olympics, so you got Team USA went silver, bronze, gold, silver. So what does this say about our players and the game in the States?
I would say I've heard a lot about the USA's depth, and I think we have, like, comparing to a lot of other countries, like, we have great depth. So he can take anyone from the bench, and it's like another team starting lineup. Do you know what I mean? So I think the longevity of the volleyball of USA is just so strong, and it's growing, and I feel like it shows from the 5 medals that we've done in the past. So I think we have a great depth chart, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't realize until today I saw that post. I mean, like, I knew we had won those medals, but I hadn't like thought about how 5 consecutive is kind of nuts, actually. When you think about how hard it is to win a medal. I mean, it's a testament to youth volleyball, really, in the US, youth to NCAA, and how good that foundation is. And, you know, when you play overseas, everyone's like, how is it possible? The US doesn't have a league. You have so many good players and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I've always been like, yeah, I don't know how it's not happening. So, I mean, not to feed into love perfectly, but like, honestly, it's amazing that it's happening, because it's just been like years in the waiting of, we have so much depth. We've had so much success internationally and everything. And it's exciting to see that something's coming now.
Yeah, I mean, it is a perfect segue, right? Because I mean, I've said this before on the pod, but like 9 of these women are going to be playing in League One. So seeing these girls compete on the world stage, how pumped are you to see them play here? And Amber, you're going to be playing with Jordan Thompson and Micah Hancock, who was an alternate, and we got to see a little bit in Paris. So, I mean, how exciting is this?
Yeah, I think it's super exciting. Oh my gosh, I can't stop smiling when I talk about love, just because I think it's a great opportunity. Like, this whole league is starting off with like the youth, and then you work up all the way to like our senior team, and being able to play with Jordan Thompson and Micah, who literally played at the highest stage, is just so rewarding to see where we are as, you know, a volleyball world now. So I'm super excited, and I'm super fortunate to be a part of this and to see where it goes, because I think we definitely have the potential to be like one of the best leagues in the world. So I'm super excited about that.
It's so exciting. I'm jealous and sad that I won't be playing it, because it's just such a crazy, incredible thing. But I'm already like planning trips. I'm like, with my fiance, I'm like, we're going to Austin, we're going to Atlanta, we're gonna go all these trips and watch every game we possibly can, because I already know like the first match I see, I'm gonna be an emotional wreck, because it's so special. And I'm just hoping for a Seattle team, because I live in Seattle. So I'm like, come on, guys, next. I'll be a season ticket holder for sure. Yeah,
I'm hoping for expansion, because I'm on the East Coast. So I'm like, I grew up in Pennsylvania, I live in Jersey now. I'm like, you know, Penn State, Pitt, like they got some big players, right? I mean, I think it's something at 8, I believe, or 9 of the Team USA played in the Big Ten. So I'm like, come on, let's get a little PA love.
Yeah, I feel like it'll happen. I'm like, give it a little time and we'll be all over the place, man.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah. No, for sure it's gonna happen. For sure.
Now, Kim, you served on the athletic council for League One and have seen love from its infancy stage to where it is now. So what made you want to be part of the league?
I vividly remember having a conversation with Kelsey Cook, like, I don't know how many years ago. And she was like, no, I'm talking to these people who are like doing it real time. And I was like, what? And then she explained it to me a little bit, and how they're doing the Euro system of like, you know, feeding from the club level. And I was like, what the heck? And then I got on a couple calls, and the feeling from the beginning was like, we're doing this right. We're making it special. We're doing this for the athletes, kind of a thing, which felt different than any other league talks that I had heard. And it's really wild right now. Like, every call that I've been on, you know, when they announce like the marketing, like the logos for each team and all that stuff, I've just been like mind blown, like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And they announced like a sponsorship or a partnership, and I'm like, what? You just partnered with Spanx or like whoever, and it's all real and happening, and it's so cool because from the beginning, they've been so intentional about like doing it the right way and asking our opinions and be like, what do you guys need? And then they make sure it happens, which, there are a lot of focus groups like, what do you guys want? And then like nothing ever comes of it. So this is wild. All the things that I hear are happening with it. I'm just like, this is unreal. It's so cool.
And Amber, we talked about, you playing in Italy last season, but what about love made you decide to come back and play in the States?
Oh my gosh, like it's almost like why wouldn't I come back in the States? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't? I think a lot of high level clubs, obviously they care about their players and everything like that, but this is like one of the first places that I felt really, honed in on their players, like asking, oh, what do you guys want? Like, how are you guys? Like, very personable. And I think that makes a lot of us as players comfortable, and it really attracts younger people too, because we feel like cared about and, things like that. So I think that's definitely going to help the longevity of this club. And I think we're doing all the right things. But for me personally, just having my family not travel like 1,000 miles to go to Hawaii, or go to Italy. And so just coming here and taking a 5-hour drive, I'm going to probably like cry the first time they come. So I can't ask for more, I can't ask for better. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It is like traveling to Europe kind of with your family in Louisiana and have to go to Hawaii for your games. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, they're probably like, finally.
Yeah, and they are.
Well, one thing I noticed a lot was, some chatter on social media about how fun it is to watch women's volleyball, and us here and a bunch of other people are like, yeah, of course. But for the casual fan, what kind of momentum can the sport take from this Olympic bump?
Ooh, yeah, it'd be like ride the wave, baby. Like this moment for women's sports is insane. It's just like exploding, and you're like, yeah, like get on our backs because we've been telling you we're amazing, And so, yeah, and with these Olympics and the hype around even not just women's volleyball or women's sports, but the Olympics as a whole this time around, we're just like, I feel like really exciting for the country. I don't know what it was. More people were watching, more people were into it. And so I'm hoping, and I think it would be the perfect segue into a new league. And people are like, wait, Olympic volleyball's over? I kind of like that. Like, where do I see more? So hopefully that will work out perfectly. I think it will. It's perfect time. Yeah.
Yes, I hope it spikes people's curiosity. And like she said, not just for like, volleyball, but for sports in general. Watching the Olympics, it's like the most attention I've seen. So I really hope it spikes curiosity and we'll just have interest in our new league and volleyball in general, because that's what we for sure need. So,
well, with this being the end of the 2024 Paris Olympics, who would you say was the MVP of Team USA?
Oh, I think I have my answer.
Go for it. Do it.
Okay, maybe I'm biased as a middle, but I really feel like Chiaka. I'm pretty sure she even set the record or matched the record for like most blocks in an Olympic tournament. I'm not sure, but just the way she played, she was just so efficient in her blocking, so efficient in her offense. And I think she really made big points, clutch plays at the end of each game when they were really tight. And I don't know, I just love her energy. I think she's a great leader. And yeah, I think she's an amazing person. And I just middle power in general. So I think Chiaka for sure. I want to hear Kim's answer.
Dude, I feel like I could name a bunch of them at different times and be like, Avery Skinner, like, go
Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But then I was like, Haley and Jordan Poulter, and there's like everyone like, has their moments.
Mhm.
Who I'm gonna fangirl on right now is Justine Wong-Orantes, because
yeah.
Sweetie Justine is just a freaking rock, and she's always on, she's always playing well, she's always got a smile on her face, and it's just like, I don't know, I think she's incredible, and she played incredible this Olympics, and I'm such a big fan of her, so she'll be my MVP.
Yeah.
I feel I was gonna say, Amber, as a 5'3" libero, I have a little bias too towards Justine, but in my defense, the fact that Kim also said Justine, I'm like, okay, I'm not being too biased.
Right.
Now I'm going to ask you guys to put your fortune teller hats on for a second. The 2028 Olympics are going to be in our backyard in Los Angeles. So with the talent coming out of colleges and the ability now for women to be playing in the States, what do you think we can expect from Team USA?
Ooh, I don't know. I think we honestly saw like a little glimpse of it in this Olympic tournament. I saw like Karch, taking and the coaching staff taking a lot of chances, putting in younger players like like Avery and Catherine and everything like that. And I think we saw like little glimpses of that, and I feel like it's gonna keep growing, like of just taking chances on the roster. And I think it really worked towards the end. So I'm excited about that. I think, like you said, we're getting in an age where we're seeing professional in the U.S. now, and I think that's definitely it's almost gonna like be like a testament that you can for sure take chances, and you can for sure like bet that young people can pull through. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what the future will hold with that.
I
For
love that.
sure.
That's so true. That's so true. Risking on, developing a young talent and so many people. It's so crazy. Like so much can happen in 4 years in Olympic cycle.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So like you can be year two, be like, oh, we're winning gold. Like we are solid. And then things happen and you just never know. But what will be nuts about LA, and I'm so excited for it, is that there are gonna be so many returners. The team is like really young right now. Think about all the girls. It was their first Olympics and they were starting and killing it. In LA, it'll be a lot of the girls' third Olympics. They'll be seasoned vets by then. So I don't know what will happen, but they're going to be solid. I already know they're going to be solid and medal contenders again. And I'm already pumped to watch. Can't wait.
Yep, so excited. So now that the Olympics are over and we can all return to our regular lives, not be glued to a screen anymore, cheering for Team USA, what is next for both of you?
Ooh. Okay, I'll start. Well, what's
Go.
next for
Let's
me
do it.
is, training and being excited and getting ready for, preseason for Love Houston. So I'm super excited for our debut. And yeah, that's what's next for me. I'm kind of very focused on the next pro season right now. So
Oh,
Nice.
that's so
I'm
exciting.
excited.
Yeah. That's so cool. I've veered away from the volleyball world a little bit, and I have a 9 to 5 job. So now the
yeah.
Olympics are over, I know I'm like bummed they're over because I had it on my computer screen every day, just like kind of watching while I worked, which is amazing. But yeah, I'm living in Seattle and working, and but I'm very excited to still be highly involved in Love, and so excited for the season to start and to watch and see how it all goes. So
You're
all
in
good things.
interior design now, right, Kim?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool.
I was gonna say you can help Amber furnish and
Yes.
design her new apartment in Houston.
Call me
Yes,
up.
I'm designing. I truly believe like interior design is for like really creative people. So I feel like you're so creative. So that's awesome. You need a. I'll hit you up actually for my designing.
Do it. Send me photos. I'll help.
I want to see a before and after picture, like what it looked like when
Ooh.
you first got the place and what it looked like with the Kim Hill touch.
It's like ugly to beautiful.
You don't know if I'm any good yet. We'll see.
I know.
Amber, I mean, you told me before we actually started recording on this call that you love food and stuff. You have a food blog, right?
No, I literally love food. I recorded a food video with Love. Hopefully, it comes out soon. So, but I love food. Yeah, I have a blog. So.
Are you going to be working on that during this time period too?
Yeah, honestly, I'll take my talent and kind of go on that pool a little bit. So I might do that. As an athlete, it's kind of hard, eating what I like, the really good food with being healthy. So I'm gonna try to be in the middle with that.
Oh, I like to quote Parks and Recreation when it comes to that, and I just say treat yourself because.
Treat yourself. Exactly.
Well, ladies, it's been such a pleasure talking with you. Again, congrats to Team USA for winning silver. Not a gold, but love the silver, love the hard work coming back, and excited to see all these girls in the States come January. Thank you two so much for being on Serving Pancakes, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.